Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Frostpunk. So, in episode 3, things were ticking along pretty nicely. We've got plenty of coal, plenty of wood, bit of a steel shortage, but we just got the two steelworks up and running, and they are staffed sufficiently. We have one steam core which we use, the first steam core in the hothouse. That's the only building that we've created so far that's required a steam core. We're cooking up all the food, although we've got lots of room for more food. Things seem to be in pretty good balance. These guys are on their way to the steel bridge. These guys are on their way to the crash site. It's 4 AM in the morning of day 9. So people will be getting up for work pretty soon. So in terms of research, we are going to be researching the heaters so that when the cold weather hits tomorrow, we can make sure that some of these outlying buildings aren't too cold. I mean, these resource depots are pretty cold, but I don't think that matters because no one actually works in them. These steelworks, we were considering a steam hub for this area. So that's a possibility, or we might just put heaters on in those buildings. Over here, this is a vacant gathering post. I wonder what else we could be considering building. There's coal deposits, there's wood, I mean we've got not that much coal I suppose. Build a coal mine over there. Okay, the scouts have reached the crash site, so let's check that out. So there's wood here and raw food. So that's where our expedition was split up when our vehicles crashed during a snowstorm. Some of our precious supplies should be here. There is plenty of priceless supplies in the wrecks of our expedition. Searching among the crates scattered in the snow behind the wrecks, we found the bodies. They're tangled together in a single frozen mass, as if these people were trying to find at least a bit of warmth just before they died. We could do nothing for them, not even bury them. We can damn well take their wood and their raw food though. So you guys are gonna head home with the raw food and the wood. The heaters research will start at 8 AM, 15 minutes from now. Book of Laws is still cooling down, but we probably want to think about getting the public house. So that will lower discontent and raise hope. Brilliant. Win-win. We don't need to... I was thinking there about expanding the child labour to all jobs, but we don't even need child labour really at all at this stage. Which makes me think we should be thinking about expanding further. Loads of steel there, that'll just churn away forever. We've got plenty of people working in there. Is that the only, that's the only iron deposit as far as I'm aware. So we were having, like, there's a coal deposit round there. Broken elevator shaft there, so. The scouts have reached Winterhome, reached the bridge to Winterhome. A brass plaque on the bridge tower reads, "Built by the people of Winterhome in AD 1887, the bridge is kept completely snow-free by a working automaton." We stopped at the edge of a deep, wide ravine, marvelling at the steel bridge spanning it, even more so at the huge automaton sweeping snow from the roadway. It would be possible to send the machine back to our city or disassemble it for resources. Yeah, well, yeah, we'll have the automaton. We could get 2 steam cores and a load of steel out of it. Our steel operation is up and running, so we'll have our own steel soon enough, and the steam cores, we don't seem to need them just yet. So let's have the automaton, maybe that can do something for us. It can go back by itself, so we can send these guys either to the large convoy. You can see people moving between several vehicles and tents, and smoke rising from a campfire, so we're going to find people there. So you guys head off to the convoy. Okay, we've got problems. What's your problem? Someone has left a note at the care house. It reads, "Thank you. With all the work we have to do, it's so hard for families to properly care for an invalid. Places like this make life a little easier for us all. Hope will rise." Nice one. Finding the bridge to Winterholme proved that we're on the right track, but raised questions. Why was the bridge deserted? Why wasn't the automaton under the care of an engineer? There are logical explanations to it all, but people are growing anxious. Hope falls slightly. Right, bit of a seesaw there. So we've got some idle engineers and children. So do we need to start thinking about digging up some of this coal? So we can have coal mines at the coal deposits. There are more frozen trees there, but we've got quite a lot of wood at this stage. I don't think there's anywhere else that we can get metal. Is there anything else that we want to be constructing? Don't need any more medical houses. We've got 4 people being treated, but that's fine. There's no queue for healthcare. We're kind of okay for food as well at the moment. I'm reluctant to build another hunter's house. I'm considering a workshop, another workshop to just accelerate the progress on research. So I'm thinking about popping that around here, maybe. Perhaps not laid this out as best as I could. The workshop, I think, keeps itself relatively warm. So let's just put it over here. Very indecisive. Let's just pop it right here. I don't know where to put it. This is so indecisive. I want to make the best use of the space and to cram everything together to keep it all nice and toasty, but I don't know what size all the buildings in the future are going to be. I mean, that would benefit from the steam hub if I put it there, but I don't really need it to benefit from the steam hub. You know what, let's just whack it down here for now. Probably going to regret that. Just get a road connecting it. So, quick resource stock check. We've got about a day's worth of coal. Is that how quickly we're going through the coal? Wow. Okay. So we're through 240 coal per day. Ah, we've researched heaters, I assume. Yes, okay. So we can get the next tech level. We've got plenty of resources to do that. What else can we get at the current level? We can either upgrade the houses, which we will need if it starts getting colder, which I'm guessing it will. Or we could think about getting a coal mine. So the coal thumper washes coal up to the surface, forming a pile of up to 560 coal per standard workday, enough for 2 gathering posts. Whereas this extracts up to 240 coal per standard workday. So I don't really see what the advantage in the coal mine is. Because it's more expensive to research and it's more expensive to build. Why would you not just get the coal thumper? Presumably people need to work in the coal thumper. It's maybe just an efficiency. Screw it, we'll go for the coal mine. No, we've still got plenty of coal. Although that's running out quite quickly. Do we have any more coal lying around? There's another pile. You know what, before it gets any colder I'm just going to send some people out to that pile, but they'll not get much done. It's cold out there. They'll not get too much done, but... Is that the last of the coal piles? We'll definitely need to secure some coal then. Seems to be the last of the resources that's lying around, so we've got 2 coal piles here, and we've got a 3rd coal pile there, and then that's it. There's 2 sick absences out at the steelworks. This might be a bit chilly at that steelworks. Chilly, it's exactly chilly. Let's turn these heaters on. So it only goes on while there are people inside by the looks of it. So, and it's going to use more of our coal. Let's just make sure all these people are nice and warm. That's not going on because there's no people working there. Okay. There aren't heaters in the tents. Luckily no one's actually living in those tents. Okay, the scouts have come back with some more wood. Loads of wood. Wood's full actually. So can we change that?
Time to rest, folks.
Yeah.
Work's out today.
And the fiddle will get eaten up soon enough. Okay, so we've got this workshop complete. Hunter's hut. I mean, nobody's ever in the hunter's hut because they're always out hunting, so does that need to be warm? I don't know. We'll build that road tonight. You know what, I'll just dismantle this because I keep seeing the little exclamation mark and I think that there's a problem. So you guys have returned with the resources. Why don't you head out to the weather station? It'll take you a couple of days to get there, but there's no point in sitting around. So it's going to get cold again. It's going to be cold again as of tomorrow. We can almost pass another law and we're researching the coal mine. So where can we build our coal mine? There's a coal deposit there, and there's another one out here. I think this one's probably closer to all of our other stuff. These guys are going out on a hunt. Yeah, I think we will build the coal mines out there. There you go. Scouts have reached a large convoy. This is a convoy carrying workers that got lost in a blizzard. They are weak and have no provisions. We should listen to their story and escort them to our city. They sought Winterholme. The workers who were riding in this convoy told us they were heading for the city of Winterholme. We were supposed to follow the signal from the beacon, but we couldn't pick it up, they say. We tried to follow a search pattern to find it, but we ran out of fuel. So we can either escort them back to the city, we'll get 19 engineers and 26 workers, luckily no children. We can send them to the city ourselves, we might lose a few on the way, or we can just not tell them where to go. They might find us, they might not. I think we'll escort them because we've got 2 scout groups on the go, so we'll just escort them back, make sure they all get back in one piece. Okay, I wish you guys would build that street like I asked. I'm quite tempted to get another resource depot because I hate the thought of throwing resources away. They're quite expensive to build. sick people. They can be taken care of. Wish you would build that road like I asked. Why is the road not getting built? I mean, it looks lovely and warm in the city, doesn't it? Look at all the fires going on. Fires everywhere, steam everywhere. Who wouldn't want to live there? Coal reserves are dropping, probably because we've got these heaters on. Heaters will only be on during the day, I would think. So it's almost the next day.
Bundle up. It's getting colder.
A bit chilly to -40. So now everywhere is quite chilly, even the places that are covered by the steam generators. It's flat out cold in these tents. But there's no one actually living in them. We seem to have too many tents.
The work shift starts.
So that's not really a problem that it's cold in them. These are chilly. They're not fully cold. So that's okay. I mean, we could do with everything to be a wee bit warmer, which we could achieve by putting the generator into overdrive for a while. So now everything is livable. That's down to chilly. In the first instance, let's get the coal mine built. So we're going all out coal mine. I think we'd like to get the next upgrade to the tech level as well. We can certainly afford it. Let's go for... Ah, we need another steam core for another coal mine. Nightmare. Okay. Well, we've got a couple of engineers doing nothing, so they can go and see to building the coal mine. The heating's on out there at the steel works, which brings it up to chilly. These places could be full on warm. We had the heaters on there. It's a bit chilly in that workshop. It's not an issue. Okay, so this is all good, and the temperature's going back up again in a couple of days' time. Someone's managed to get frostbite. How have you managed that? It's not even cold anywhere. Literally, the coldest it is chilly. You can't handle chilly. It's going to be pretty cold out in the coal mine out there. We were considering a steam hub to cover this area. I don't think it's actually necessary. I am a bit concerned about people living here. Ah, you know what? They've probably gotten sick, haven't they? They are way too cold. Get off there. Don't be working there. And the coal piles have now depleted. So we need this coal mine to be built ASAP because we're out of coal. Maybe that's why the coal thumper's relevant. So should we consider building a coal thumper? Don't even have a coal thumper researched. Okay, but we're still doing pretty well. We've got too much wood, if anything. This generator is an overdrive, but it's not an issue. Drafting machines is researched. So we can upgrade to get more steel. We're still relatively short on steel. We can upgrade the heaters to make them more effective. We can upgrade the range on the steam hub, that could be really useful. But it will consume twice as much coal. I'd like to have a coal stockpile. We can have an outpost depot, so that allows us to assemble an outpost team, send it to establish a permanent resource outpost far away from the city, and maintain a connection with it. That sounds useful. The factory is a plant where automatons and other highly advanced devices can be produced, and that kind of leads out to all of this, so we can have prostheses, automatons, and other automaton stuff. I'm not that fussed about the automatons, if I'm being honest. I would rather focus on some of this stuff. So that makes the hothouses warmer. Doesn't seem like a great upgrade. I mean, what are we actually lacking at this stage? Steel and steam cores. We've got loads of wood. I think we'll get the coal thumper, because we certainly don't want to run out of coal. And then we'll think about some heating upgrades, because it's bound to get colder sooner rather than later. So let's put some engineers to work at the coal mine. We've got more people joining us in just an hour, and they're going to have to stay in the cold tents. So with that in mind, so they don't get sick, thinking another steam hub. Something like there. I think possibly there. Or there. There's no point in having it overlap with the generator, and if we can upgrade the generator, we can have it affect another layer. So does it then make more sense to build roads like that and put the steam hub? Still going to overlap. Ah, and people are homeless. These tents have all been occupied. We can always dismantle the steam hub later. I can't quite get anyone in there. Okay. Little homes for you guys. Let's do something like that, and then let's put a steam hub in. So we don't want people getting too sick. Need to do something like that. We'll do that. Screw it. Okay, now we wanted to pass a law to build a public house as well, didn't we? So we can either have dueling law. Disagreements between people who face deadly threats every day can be resolved in a duel. Being able to duel reduces discontent, and each spontaneous duel will slightly reduce discontent, but sometimes people will be killed in a duel. This doesn't sound like a good idea at all. Whereas the public house, even in this harsh new world, people will still need to raise their spirits after work in good company with a stiff drink in hand. So that will make people who are pissed up less discontented, and hope will rise slightly, and we'll have to build a public house. There will only be one public house in this city. Yeah, I mean, sounds like a win-win.
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
Pub will remind us of home and help us forget our woes. Yeah. I wonder, does the little heat symbol mean that it needs to be heated to be operational? I think that's what it means. So I should probably put the pub in the residential area. Maybe allow it to benefit from the steam hub, which is under construction. Steam hub. Let's wait till that's constructed so we can see its area of influence, and we'll maybe put the pub over here somewhere. Do to get another steam core. You guys are waiting. What are you waiting for? Well, you're home. So where else can you go? Is there nowhere else for you to go? There's no point in you going to any of these places. Other than you would be closer to... Why don't you just head out to the weather station? So if something else is discovered, you'll be closer to it. You can relieve the other party. So we've got loads of idle workers now. This is all getting a bit much. So stock take, the coal is precariously low, really. Lots of wood. Steel production's not coming in as quickly as I would have hoped. Don't really need steel too badly. Can the generator withstand another day on overdrive? I don't think that it can. Okay, so let's get the pub built. Public house. Let's just put you there. City is certainly growing. We're definitely getting through the coal now with all these steam hubs though, that's the only thing. Care house is chilly. Heat that up. Nobody's in the workshop. Public house is going to be lovely and warm. People can head there. So we need workers in the public house. It's fine. Public house has been erected in accordance with the new law. People are anxious to let off steam in the new house of respite. Yeah, enjoy it. It's nice and close to the coal mines, so the miners can finish from a hard day of work and head over to the public house. Notice we've got a lot of people sick who aren't being treated. I'm reluctant to build another medical post, but I might have no choice to do that. Thinking about popping it down there. Or just in there. Yeah, let's do it. As we grow, there's bound to be more people that need excuse me, there's bound to be more people that need medical attention, so doesn't strike me as believable. First automaton is operational. This will help our economy greatly. Automatons can replace entire manual labour crews. They work around the clock with short breaks to refuel at the generator. You can research upgrades to raise their efficiency and capability. So they're going to use coal as well. Where is my automaton then? Ah, there he is. There's a big chap. Automatons are mankind's greatest creation. It's safe, right? I'm sure our inventors thought of everything, so there's a bit of concern over the safety. So we can dismantle it. I mean, lots of good stuff actually. 100 steel, 100 wood, 50 coal and 1 steam core. So we might consider dismantling it at some point. Where else can it work? Presumably the automaton could go out and gather this coal without getting too cold. So we'll put you over there. There you are. Careful now, don't step on anyone. What is it doing? It's getting coal from the steam hub. Okay, fair enough. And the medical post is built, so we can have another 5 engineers working in there. Now everyone is being treated, there's no issue with that. People are still complaining about the soup. Hope is very high. Generator stress levels critical, let's switch that off. So it's going to be a cold day, unfortunately. The sawmill can get a bit warmer. That's kind of a hothouse. That's kind of the workshop. The cookhouse. And the medical post. Going to be burning a lot of coal here. In 8 hours we'll run out of coal altogether. We really need that coal thumper. The automaton will be working away at least. We're getting this 10.8 coal per hour. We're getting 24 coal per hour here. I don't want people freezing, so these sawmills, yeah, you know what, I don't want frostbite, let's just switch them on as well. Oh no, they were already on, jeez, it's chilly there. Gonna need to consider heat upgrades because the temperature is going to drop. Again, although it's not going lower than -40, we've weathered that storm before, so we now have the coal thumper, so let's build that immediately before we risk running out. I'm thinking we can have the coal thumper there. Let's just extend the path. Yeah, let's have the coal thumper there, and then we'll have another gathering post here. Because the coal thumper produces coal that can then be gathered by workers in the gathering posts. So as soon as that's ready, we'll get people onto that. What can we research next? We can either get an upgraded coal thumper. starting to be a bit concerned about coal, so maybe that's not a bad idea. Or we can think about upgrading the range on either the generator or the steam hubs. We can upgrade the generator range a couple of times. Generator power upgrade, that could be more useful though, given that we've already got steam hubs dotted around the place. I'm going to go for that. We've got lots and lots of wood, so if need be we can afford to take people off the wood in order to put them onto the steam gathering. One of our people is facing death, but he's still refusing amputation. He keeps screaming that he doesn't want anyone to touch his leg and he won't change his mind, even though gangrene will kill him in a matter of hours. So we can either cut his leg off, the person will be left as an amputee, or we can just let him be and he will probably die. I don't think we're going to force him to have his leg cut off, so if he wants to take his chances with gangrene, that's his choice. So we'll get the coal thumper built, all hands on deck for that. Probably not going to get much coal thumped today, unfortunately, but gathering post, there's already people in there. So make sure we've got max children in the gathering post. Coal thumper needs workers as well. And then we'll have 1 child, 9 workers in that gathering post. And they can both collect the coal. They seem to be leaving. What's the situation at the sawmill? A lot of trees being chopped away. Someone died! Oh, the guy that we let die. Oh, we could have went out without anyone dying. So he died from a lack of treatment. Well, it was his choice. That's exactly what I said, it was his choice. One of our people has just died. Sickness, accidents and deadly cold will keep claiming lives in this harsh world. We need a way to dispose of the body. Okay, so we can either build a cemetery. We will establish a burial ground so we can lay our dead to rest with dignity and respect. Hope will rise, there will be no risk of disease from unburied bodies. Each burial will keep some people from work for a few hours, and I will have to build a cemetery. Or we can keep the dead bodies out of the heat zone and cover them with snow. The cold will halt their decay. So after introducing this law, we'll have to build a snow pit. There'll be no risk of disease from unburied bodies. Bodies are preserved for potential future use. Hope will fall and discontent will rise. So people would rather have the cemetery than just pile the bodies up and cover them with snow. I suppose that's understandable. The benefit being that the bodies are preserved for potential future use, and this is greyed out, but it clearly says organ transplants. So that probably ties in with our medical tree, whereby possibly we could do some more radical treatment with organ transplants. I'm more inclined to go for the cemetery.
A
Hope
new
is
law has passed.
booming. There's so much hope. It's like America under Donald Trump.
End of shift.
Scouts have reached the
Go
weather
rest
station.
all who can.
So there's nobody in the weather station, but everything still seems to be operational. You could try to find out what the scientists from Winterhome are working on. So you get coal and steam core. We found scientist notes. They predict that the Great Cold is going to get much worse. What's more troubling is that the observations ended abruptly months ago. There's also not a can of Spam, not even a crumb of bread in the pantry. It's obvious they've moved out for good. We can see the city of Winterhome from the roof of the weather station. Well, getting close to Winterhome. So you guys head back to the city with those resources. And you guys are on your way. So we can either go to this coal mine. We can see a couple of buildings and a tall winding tower. There's a sliver of smoke rising from it. Or we can go to Winterhome. Let's just check out the coal mine for now. The recent report from the weather station has got people talking. They're frightened that such an important facility was apparently abandoned. Some are starting to wonder whether the evacuation from London was a good idea. A few are lamenting openly. I knew we shouldn't have come. At least London had real houses, not tents and wooden shacks. So generator power upgrade 1 research. So people are all quite chilly, but we can upgrade the generator. Is it doing it by itself? I see. So now everyone's nice and toasty. Excellent. Coal mine could be a bit warmer. That's good, the coal thumper. I feel like it makes more sense than ever to have a steam hub out here. Just wish it would cover everything. And that's not bad. And then we could upgrade the range of the steam hubs. So let's do just that. Steam hub there. Steam hub range upgrade. And then we can switch off all these heaters hopefully. Who's not working? Always the engineers. Thought they would be in short supply, but it's difficult finding work for the guys. Lots of wood. We may have went overboard on wood. We could potentially benefit from another hunter's hut, although we don't have the workers to staff it. We would need to reassign workers to the hunter's hut and engineers to some other tasks. Is the automaton doing nothing now? Yes, it is. So we could take the workers off there. In which case we wouldn't need to put the heater on, we'd save a bit of coal, so take you off, put the automaton on, chop some trees, Mr. Automaton. In fact, would it be better to have the automaton working in the coal thumper? Okay, now that that's operational, and this only needs to be during business hours. turn off these two. Okay, seems like a good place to call it. So it's 2 AM on day 12. Things are about to heat up for a couple of days as well, so that's good. We're running dangerously low on coal. We're actually going to run out of coal during the night, which is an issue. I suppose what we could potentially do is just shut off all of the steam hubs, so we don't have to shut down the generator entirely. Even then there's so many heaters on, it can run out really soon. Okay, so that's going to be next episode's problem, is the sickness epidemic that we're apparently facing. Oh, that's not good, because now some of the medical bays are too cold to operate, I'm guessing. Yeah, the medical post. Where are you? It's inoperative, so we need to put that on. Where are the other medical posts? The care home. That's fine being chilly. This medical post is now functioning. Oh no, the generator's shutting down. Luckily it's about to heat up a little bit and we'll start getting some coal in and we can fire it back up. Out of coal, what a nightmare. Okay, so we've got 21 people who are sick and are not currently admitted to any kind of treatment, 3 amputees, and we've got no generator. The generator is down. Okay, we'll figure this out. This facility's been closed. Ah, I closed that. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll deal with these problems in the next episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.